All right, I guess I'm going to say this before somebody pilfers it, so that way I have evidence and I have a timestamp. The theory to light. Right, here's double slit. So, anything that doesn't move through time, right, and is moving through space, right, is connected to the past. So if you have a line, let's say if you have something that starts moving at the speed of light at point A and stops at point B, it is everywhere from point A to point B at the same time. It's in the past at point A. It is also in the present at point B. At every point in time, or has a corresponding point in space. That's why you don't see it. It doesn't make like a streak through it makes a streak through time and space. Right? So it technically is still only at one place at one time, but it's also at many different places at many different times at the same time, but at different times. Right? So right now, so therefore light can be in more than one place at one time. Right? And so now that you have an object that can be in more than one place at one time, you have an object that is allotted to interfere with itself. Now, since it is interfering with itself, it does not transfer its energy. You cannot transfer more energy to yourself than you possess. So it behaves the law, it follows the laws of thermodynamics. And now if you add one more clause, which is all matter emits energy. And since energy, light, is a piece of matter, light is allotted to emit itself. And then if you say, it is more likely to show up in the direction it is traveling, right? Because you have to think, if it's emitting itself as a piece of light, its frequency will be stretched out basically to infinity in every other place except for directly ahead of it. So even though it's emitting itself backwards, its energy signature is so low, is so very, very, very low, that it's not going to interfere with anything. And as soon as it interferes with something, as soon as it touches something that is not itself, that energy has transferred. And therefore it disappears in every other place. Because it has to be somewhere now. They're trying to prevent me from saying this. Because they want somebody else to discover this. But I'm putting my name on it right now. And I've been trying to put my name on it. And they're trying to divvy out this discovery to somebody else. And it makes me wonder if they just pilfer these ideas from people's brains. They won't even let me say it. This is my Nobel Prize. And they won't let me say it. They want to divvy it out to one of their constituencies. Now, if you think that infinitely small is also zero, right? But it's very mathematical in terms of as long as it's interfering with itself, it is essentially divided by zero. And when it interferes with something else, it is there at an infinitely small speck of time before it leaves that object, right? And begins traveling. Now it is connected to the object that is in the past, right? God, they really do not like me to say this. They really don't want me to say this. They hate me so fucking much, and they will begrudge me everything that I've worked for. Every fucking thing. Anyways, what I'm saying is, it still follows the rules of mathematics. Because infinitely small is essentially zero, but infinitely small is not zero. It's basic calculus. So mathematics is written into the universe. Is it physics or is it math? It is math. So it goes from being in many places at many times, basically being undefined, essentially divided by zero, to when it hits an object that is not itself, since energy has transferred, the laws of thermodynamics have to be followed. And it disappears in every other place, stops interfering with itself, and interferes with the thing that it has encountered. And it interferes with that in an infinitely small speck of time before it leaves that object. And as long as it doesn't interfere with anything else, it is connected to that object in the past because it is not moving through time. So again, it starts moving at point A and stops moving at point B. And the only reason it would stop moving at point B is if it interfered with something. Now, this should be enough to solve double slit. I don't know if they already know this. I'm going to put this up.